Hey, what's going on, gang? It's Horace. What to sell on Amazon? Real quick, I want to get into my top 5 reasons why I think you should be selling on Amazon in the year 2018. So we'll get right into it. I got a few things written out here. Okay, yeah. So number one is you have a low entry barrier. In other words, it's very easy to get on Amazon and start selling as a retailer. And that's significant because for a lot of businesses, it takes a lot to get in. You got to have a lot of operating capital. You might have to get licenses, permits, whatever. I mean, this is something that you could just jump right in. It's very, very simple. In a few clicks, you're on, and right away you can start getting things in front of 300 million people. Now think about that for a second. Think about what I'm about to tell you. Amazon has a marketplace. They have a market of people in excess of 300 million. You could not buy that type of exposure. There's no one that can guarantee you to get in front of that many people if you had the money. There's no one that can guarantee you that. So if you do things right, it's almost impossible for you not to succeed. The question is to what degree, but that's number one. Low entry barrier. Okay. Two is there's a right market for Amazon right now. There's no one pretty much on this planet who hasn't heard of Amazon. I mean, they have risen to the highest when it comes to online retail. So everybody knows about them. Everybody's comfortable with them. So you jumping right in at a very good time. There's a bunch of people ready to buy. You have to understand, in the Western world, especially in America, the number one pastime is consuming. This is what we do. We buy things with our money. That's what we're working for. We're buying things for ourselves. We're buying things for our loved ones and so on. So that's number two. Number three, so much of the work is done for you. I mean, you have to understand, with the business model that I talk about, which is called FBA, that stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. That means when you list a product on Amazon, you get your inventory, you send your inventory off to Amazon. That way, when the customer buys the product, Amazon does everything from soup to nuts. They pick the product, they pack it, they ship it, they give the tracking number to the customer. Any returns they handle. Everything is done for you. What's the advantage? Your time. I mean, it's a lot of work. And trust me, I'm telling you as a person that I've been doing picking, packing, and shipping for a long time, since 2004. So it is definitely a time saver. You don't have to deal with it. I mean, technically, it's not your customer. It's Amazon's customer. It's their marketplace. Hey, why not take advantage and let them do the work for you? That way you can focus on the other things that you need to do, like sourcing products and working on the business, not so much in the business. So number 4, Amazon is really growing right now. Let me see, I had something pulled up. Yeah, this is a Fortune article that was written. Now, this was back in April of 2017, but Amazon is now worth more than Walmart, Costco, and Target combined. Think about that for a second. This is the time to get in on it. I mean, that is huge. Let's see. And number 5. Well, you know what? Let me say one more thing about 4. You know, I mentioned how big they are. You know, how many times have you, not us, not we, you, how many times have you looked back and said, wow, I could have got in on that while it was big? You know, someday people are going to talk about these times. We're going into 2018. We got a few more days left of 2017. You're going to remember this time. This time is going to be talked about. How many times has this happened where you said to yourself, man, I could have got in on that? I remember when Google first had its initial, public, whatever, offering, IPO. I could have got in on that. I remember when Microsoft first went public, and I could have got in on that. I remember when cable was first coming in. You want to sit around and talk about how you remember terrestrial television. You want to talk about how you remember having to get up and turn the knob. You remember when television used to go off. Okay, well, where were you when cable came in? Why didn't you take advantage of that? You want to talk about, I remember before cell phones, and we used to remember all numbers in our heads, and we used payphones. Okay, so where were you? And why didn't you take advantage when cell phones started taking over? You were there. So this is your chance to get in right now. I want you to stop and think for a second. This is your chance to get on. Life is short. You don't get that many opportunities. I mean, where something is ripe like this, because life is short. So I've had my little rant on number 4. So number 5, and my final reason that I think you should start selling on Amazon in the year 2018 is because you can do it part-time. And that is huge. If you're like me, you work a regular job. You don't have that much time, so you can do this as a side hustle. Side hustling is where it's at nowadays for people like you and me. You want to do Uber? Hey, it's there too. But you really can't scale Uber the way you can scale Amazon. How many cars can you drive at one time? See, you can be making money on Amazon while you sleep, while you're at work, while you're doing other things. With Uber, and I'm just using Uber as an example because that's popular right now. That is a viable way to get your side hustle on. So I'm using that as an example because you know Uber, and you've probably considered Uber, but you can't scale Uber. How many of you are there to go around? You see what I'm saying? So, and again, I talked about how, number 1, low entry barrier. You can get into this right now and start making money right now. I do what's called retail arbitrage, where you go out and you buy retail, you turn right around and sell on Amazon, which is retail. You start getting into this, you're going to hear people saying, arbitrage is dead. You'll probably run across people that are saying Amazon itself is dead. You missed the boat. You know what? I don't know about all that. All I know is what's going on right now. And if we look at my account right now, this is the 26th of December. It's 1:46 in the morning where I'm at. So we're looking at numbers. I had 8 orders that came in on Christmas Day. Okay, on Christmas Day, not huge numbers, but that was $200 that came in Now that's not profit, that's revenue, but still, that's money that came in on Christmas Day. So is it working? Yes. To what degree is it working? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it 100. It's working to the degree that I'm working it. You look at my numbers for the past 30 days, 4,300. I'm telling you right now, that should be around 10 grand, and it will be. Stay with me. Watch what I do. This is part of a journey that I'm on. I don't have all of the answers. So I'm not standing here, some big guru talking about, oh, I used to be like you. No, I'm like you right now. I got to go to work tomorrow. Okay? So, I'm not here talking about, oh, you could be making all this money. Here's the money I'm making. Look at it. I'm talking about making an extra $500, $800, $1,500 a month and seeing if that will change your life. It will change mine. So, and then if you want to take it to the next level, you can do that. But you got to learn to stand before you can walk. You got to learn to crawl before you learn to stand. You stand before you walk before you run. So this is where I'm at right now, and hopefully you can relate to that, So, sort of went on a rant there. I'm famous for that. It's what it is. Those were my top 5 reasons that I think you should start with Amazon in the year 2018. I'm Horace. What to sell on Amazon, and I'm out. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I'll keep cranking them out. Peace.